Well, ladies and gentlemen, she has struck again. Hey guys, it's Dan and welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well and I hope you all had a better weekend than I did. So for those of you that don't know, I have a nightmare neighbor that lives right above me who has just consistently and continuously harassed me the entire time I have lived in my apartment that I have been in for the past couple of years, and it never ceases to fail. With that little bit of context, let's go ahead and hop into what happened this last week. So it was Thursday night, the 26th, I believe, and I had come home and my girlfriend had come over with me because we wanted to spend some time. She's getting ready to pack up and move away. There'll be a video on that in the future, but we wanted to spend a little bit of time together. She was kind of having a rough day because she also did find out that one of her friends had passed away. So she didn't really want to be home. She didn't want to be alone. So she wanted to kind of come over here, be able to have a different environment and a safe place to kind of relax. So we had went and we got some dinner at Chili's. We'd picked it up, brought it home. We were watching Braveheart. I was working on my website. She was finishing up her dinner. And all of a sudden there was this really loud wham on the ceiling, followed by a scream of "Shut up, Daniel." And it actually scared her and caused her to almost start crying because she has a little bit of trauma with some stuff previously as well. She does not like being scared. So it really bugged her and it kind of put me into a panic because it was like, there's no way that just happened. And for those of you that know, she actually proceeded to call the cops on us the last time because we were just sitting there drinking tea and hanging out and whatnot. And apparently that was too loud. This time as well, it was long before our apartment scheduled quiet hours. This was at about 9:15, something like that, where it wasn't late. Our quiet hours start at 10 p.m. and we weren't doing anything extreme. We were talking in a normal volume, kind of like how I'm talking to this microphone here, and she proceeded to absolutely crash out. So we went ahead and I called the cops because I just kind of wanted the documentation of it. I wanted someone to get my side of the story and kind of show that, hey, I am taking actions against this since nobody else is trying to help. The cop shows up. I brought him inside and was like, hey man, look, this is kind of the situation. This is what we're doing. I brought him into my room, talked to him at the same volume, as well as I played the movie for him so that he could hear the volume that it was at. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not an exuberantly loud volume. That's actually rather quiet. I'm surprised that you can hear it. That is what he had said to me. So we had a little bit more discussion. He goes, I'm going to go talk to her. He walks out and goes upstairs and he's gone for about 10 minutes. I actually figured that he had kind of told her to just leave us the fuck alone and went about the rest of his shift. That's what I was hoping for. Well, he decided to bring her down to kind of mediate and referee a conversation between the two of us so that maybe we could try to settle her differences, which is a valid thought. You would think that that would work. Unfortunately, it did not go any way in my favor to try and get her to leave me alone. She came down and already just had this precedence of I'm going to just be the biggest bitch in the world. So she came down and proceeded to kind of be like, well, I was listening to Hamilton with my headphones in and was not making any noise. And I did not drop anything. This is merely 20 minutes after she had dropped something so heavy that it literally shook everything in my room and I felt it through my mattress. I am also on the ground floor. So she had to drop it on the ceiling above me so hard that I felt it through the floor and through my bed frame and through my mattress. That is how hard she did this. She proceeded to lie saying that she didn't do anything like that. She as well tried to make accusations that I was actually cheating on my girlfriend on this previous Saturday, which was strange because I'd gone out on Friday night, came home about midnight. I was sober. I was quiet. I was being thoughtful of the fact that, hey, it's late at night. I'm not going to make a whole lot of noise. I came home, I shut the door. Well, I ended up kind of getting sick that next day and was back and forth between kind of throwing up and running to the restroom. That's neither here nor there. I did not leave my bedroom other than to go to the bathroom. And I just stayed with the AC on, stayed quiet, laid under the covers, watched a little bit of TV. I actually watched Kenny of All Trades. I don't know if any of you guys have seen him. I'll throw him up and give him a little shout out because he really helped me out that day. And she claimed that I was cheating on my girlfriend, which is absolutely ludicrous as well. My girlfriend is really well known in the community that we're in and has many people that she knows and that works with that actually live in my apartment complex, one of which lives directly across the street from me and has a 24/7 view of my front door. And let me tell you, she would be the first to let my girlfriend know if I had anyone over, and especially another girl. Anytime that I have had anyone over, especially a girl, she has met the girl before. We have been friends. We've gone out and she knows that they're coming over and she knows when they're gone. So I'm not that kind of person that I'm going to bring anyone over. One, because I love my girlfriend, and two, because it would just be stupid even if I wanted to do that in my home. She also proceeded to try and tell the officer that my girlfriend stays over Thursday through Sunday nights. So most of the week here at my place, which isn't true because one, she maybe stayed twice a week before the cops got called back in April. And after that, we stay at her place. She maybe comes over here once a month. Plus, she has been traveling a lot this past month and a half. She's been going to job interviews and finally got accepted to one and is moving across the country. So she simply hasn't been in the state to be able to stay the night at my house. So she lied there. As well, she was lying about things that we were doing in intimacy and trying to say that she can hear different things being used, different sayings and stuff like that, which is simply not true. She was throwing all these accusations as well as mean mugging me and trying to make me out to be the bad guy. She also proceeded to try and claim that she had come down, beat on my door physically, rang my doorbell, rang my video doorbell, and tried to say that I was just ignoring her and not doing anything about it. And when I told her, I save every interaction of you coming to my door from the very first sticky note you left on my door 2 years ago that I still have saved, she claimed, oh, I guess it must not have been working that time because I did it. No, you did not, Laura. And I don't really care about sharing your name. Fuck you. She did proceed to try and do that, and I have video evidence of every time she has come to my door. As well, after the interaction happened, I actually got a text from one of my other neighbors because he was like, hey man, is everything going on? Is everything okay? I see that the cops were there and whatnot. And I filled him in briefly on the situation that has been happening every now and then at my unit and things like that. So he kind of keeps an eye out for me, which is a blessing. Thank God for him. And he came over and we were talking. I told him about everything that he said and he goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know for a fact nobody came to your apartment on Saturday. It was dark. It was quiet. Your car never left. And I thought that you had maybe gone traveling because it was so quiet and so just nothing going on. I was outside working on my motorcycle this whole time. There was literally nothing that happened in your apartment, which of course set me at ease that somebody else acknowledged that. My girlfriend wasn't worried. She knows that my upstairs neighbor is psychotic as well. She has resources, like I said, that if I did do anything, she would know right away. So she didn't even like fret over that. It was still just something annoying to deal with, but it's nice to know that I have a witness. I did end up reaching out to my landlord, let them know the situation again, because they never did respond to my first email. They never gave me the time of day on that. And every time I had gone down to their office, it had been closed and there was nobody to talk to. So I did send another email. They did actually respond to this one and say, hey, we need the case number since you were the one that initiated it, and then we will let you know next steps. I sent that over on Sunday night, and I'm going to try and send a follow-up email tomorrow. You guys are probably seeing this on Tuesday, maybe late Monday night by the time that this goes live, but I want to give them 48 hours to respond, and if not, I'm going to go ahead and follow up, as well as I'm going to continuously go to the office until I get an answer and I get some sort of resolution to this conflict, because I don't feel like it's fair for me to be involved in this type of situation. I never harass any other neighbors. I don't bug anybody. I don't call anybody in. I try to keep to myself, and I understand that living in an apartment complex, especially in a college town, you are going to hear things, whether that be partying, talking, sex, anything like that of the sorts. You live in a building with other people that you are paying a rather cheap amount, all things considered. You're not going to get the best quality. If you don't want to listen to other people, if you don't want to hear other things, move to a single family home, move away from people, and then it's not a problem. I don't know why she has this vendetta against me and why she has to continuously try to harass me, but that's kind of the situation that we have going on. So I'm hoping that I can kind of come to some sort of resolution with the landlords. Ideally, I would like for her to be kicked out and to be gone so I don't have to deal with it. But even if they give me the option to move to another unit, just straight across, no change in what I will be paying in rent, exact same amenities, just across, I would be more than happy for that. It's just frustrating that this is even a situation that I really have to deal with because, like I said, I try to keep to myself. I don't bother anybody else. I've maybe called the cops 3 times in my life before this, and it's just not like something that I really want to go about and have to do and have to have that kind of involve my life. And I don't like feeling uncomfortable in my home. That's part of the reason as well why I have had a lack in uploads, is because I haven't necessarily been home to make a whole lot of content. I've been gone. I try not to be at home where I can run the risk of being harassed continuously. So it's really affecting a lot of my life and the things that I enjoy and my peace. So I'm hoping, like I said, that I can come to some sort of resolution about this situation, but I would love to know some of the thoughts and feelings that you guys have on this, as well as maybe some tips and some advice on what I should do, because right now I'm kind of at a loss and I just need her to go away. With that, you guys, I'm hoping to try and maybe make some more content. I'll actually be staying at a friend's house for the 4th of July through that week. So I'm hoping I can maybe pump out some content while I'm dog sitting for them and they're on a trip, and I won't really have to worry about being bothered or harassed by a nightmare neighbor. So I may try to do some content then if I can get all of my stuff over there and try to get everything recorded. Don't hold your breath on it, but that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But as well, if you have any advice, comments, or tips on what I should do in this situation, leave them down in the comment section down below. I love hearing from you guys and I love seeing your ideas. Let's try to keep it relatively peaceful. I don't need any felonies on my record or anything like that. But yeah, you guys, I wanted to give you an update to that nightmare neighbor situation and kind of fill you guys in on the loop of what's going on. So yeah, but with that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope that you like hearing a little bit more about my life and what's kind of going on behind the scenes. So with that, you guys, if you did enjoy, hit that like button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, as well as ring that bell so you can stay up to date with all of my future uploads. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.